In order to do that properly, we'll actually have to go back to like the 1940s and 50s, the post-war boom, where America was the kind of the manufacturing hub of the entire world. Right? We were Detroit was the richest city in the world because of our car manufacturing, because of steel,
Wow.
because of copper, because of oil. Right? So we were an incredibly productive nation. We were actually creating things. We were producing value. And then slowly but surely, we decided, well, it's actually more efficient for us to become a nation of managers and outsource all of our labor and the productive activities to other countries so that we can just all sit in offices, nice and air conditioned, and tell other people what to do. So we ended up really bloated. We moved from manufacturing to an entirely sort of white collar, at least with regards to the entire nation as a whole. Obviously, there are still some manufacturing hubs out there in the United States, but the nation as a whole moved away from that, stopped being legitimately productive, and then we started borrowing money in order to pad our quarterly statements essentially because we need to make sure the shareholders are happy. And so now corporate debt's at an all-time high, productivity is at an all-time low, and we're just kind of having to come to the realization that we hyper overextended ourselves in a couple of industries, and now we're facing the consequences, right? We kept putting it off, but that just compounds the debt. So now Trump is finally kind of putting a stop to that. Nope, we're going to bring manufacturing back. We're going to make this a productive country again. We're going to stop importing everything and outsourcing the legitimate productivity and bring the wealth back home. But in the meantime, we're going to have to rectify those debts, right? The national debt and the corporate debts. And that's going to be very painful in the short term. But once we can finally balance the books, we can start moving forward in the right direction. We're going to have to take that hit on the chin, but it's the only way forward
Yeah.
in order to make us a legitimately productive, legitimately rich nation again, not one that's founded on debts.
Yeah. So it'd be great for, guys like Steven or who have small businesses here,
Mhm.
because they can, produce the products they need to produce because we're not getting it from outside of the country when these tariffs hit. The
Right.
problem though is it's gonna raise the cost of everything a little bit because it, like you said, like we're not having super cheap labor in China and Mexico
No.
or wherever anymore. So, but again, long term, it's going to be great because then we're bringing
Right.
business back to our country and our own soil, and it should start to even out. It just may
Right.
be a little bit of time,
Yeah,
but
there's a switching cost. We've
yeah,
been a blue collar country for a long time where office buildings were our primary way we do work. And now moving back to manufacturing, we're going to have to spend a lot of capital to get those systems up and running again. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time, but long term, we're going to be a rich nation again.
amen. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we at Apex, we primarily manufacture. We design and prototype, and we actually kind of see this as a great opportunity where if manufacturing truly is going to come back to the United States, as long as we keep our operational expenses as low as possible, this would be a great time for guys who are into manufacturing to get it up and running. Something that we've noticed is there's this like this missing knowledge because American manufacturing just isn't what it used to be. That,
Mhm.
like you said, everyone knows how to manage these things, but very few people actually know how to manufacture things efficiently. I truly believe that, at least in our industry, you can make good quality stuff using less materials, using
Mm.
less inventory, as long as it's quality, and
Mhm.
make it super efficient where you can actually manufacture and sell at an affordable rate to Americans. So it is I think, a skill set that a lot of guys need, but it's not impossible. It takes a little strategic planning, a little bit of critical thinking, but it's not that hard. It's not as hard, I think, as people think it is.
Yeah, that tends to be the way it goes. A lot of people are terrified of starting a business because of all the unknowns.
Mm.
But once you get down to it and you overcome those first rather sizable but manageable hurdles, you can usually get off the ground within 3 or 4 years and actually start making a profit.